Es un hombre extraordinario.
Me impresiona mucho.
Pues sabes que yo creo que no es tanto el físico, es más bien la personalidad que tiene y todo lo que proyecta.
Ya me lo imagino con su smoking blanco, un martini en una mano y un costoso habano en la otra.
Provocativo. Atractivo.
A new stereophonic sound spectacular.
Hello there, and welcome to the exciting world of hip. This is a new departure in language instruction for English-speaking people who want to talk to and be understood by jazz musicians, hipsters, beatniks, juvenile delinquents, and the criminal fringe.
Bonjour madame, bonjour monsieur. Nous allons, grâce à ce disque créé spécialement pour vous, essayer de tirer ensemble le maximum de qualité sonore de votre chaîne haute fidélité.
Sit back, relax, and close your eyes.
and darkness falls in my eyes, and days are far from rosy now. And if I ask for the sky, will you still shelter me when the sky falls?
For this. Get down with the sound, house on the ground, freeze when I squeeze, drop to your knees. You must obey, I'm in here to stay, ready to take you around the way, so you're ready for this. Mind your own biz, cause I am back, yeah, the microphone biz. Need to say, go to school in the pit, ready for this. They just get closer, be impressed by the words I chose. So once again, kicking it live, doing everything, yo, just to survive. Above the wall, I think I stand here on stage with a mic in my hand, buzzing it loud into the crowd. The age is 20, I'm from the south.
Be a boss, break my heart, get ready for this. Mind your own biz, people in the front, show me what you want, and I will give it is. Get ready for this. We do all empty, so people don't sit. Moving up and down, dancing on the ground, feeling kind of free, security. How's it sound that moves you from the ground?
House on the ground, raising your face, raising the place, no time to waste. Being hypnotized, I see it in your eyes. Feeling kinda better, put on your sweater. Being like a white, I think it doesn't matter. Super dope, deaf, and even outrageous. If I was an animal that kept me in cages, so get ready for this. Y'all ready for this?
Live from Montreal, guys. Olympic Stadium behind. Yes! I'm coming. Get ready for this. Get ready to get surprised, to be surprised.
Be a boss.
All right, everybody. Are we here? Yes. The sun is good. How are you doing today? Where are you? Tell me in a chat where you're from. So welcome, especially on YouTube, because I think we just test Elizabeth, thank you. I think you test the chat and it was not really available apparently from LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is kind of comment and stuff. A lot of people tonight, it's a Saturday night. Usually, my podcast, it's either Wednesday or the Friday night, the Friday Live Agile, which is every Friday at 12 noon. But now there was a special moment. My participation to the Time to Rise in the VIP Zoom section with Anthony Robbins. It was virtual, yes. I was at Anthony Robbins in 1994 for the Power Talk back then. That was my first experience, like 30 years ago, could you imagine? And he really changed the way I approach business. And that was a gift from my uncle, who was also kind of my mentor. So anyways, short story short, I'm so happy to be before you today. And how can I help you? How could you help me? How could we be together? And exactly. So anyways, I'm just happy to be before you. I won't be distracted by anything, any bots, any AI, whatever, because these 3 days were just amazing. And then I think I'm going to even remove the feedback to be completely focus in line, because today that was exactly the point of this third day. So as you could see here, got a lot of notes. Yes, with a pencil on paper. Why not? Because your brain return better when you use your muscle. Did you know that? That's, you learn so many micro detail stuff within these workshops with Anthony Robbins. And what I can wait to do actually is to fill up that blank. I don't know if we could see. So the old me, what is the actual myself, and what is actually the habit, the excuses, or whatever it is, into the actual me that I want to change to, mirror effect here, to the new true me, with the I want. So let's do a round-up exercise, because I see 20 people watching on only 2 platforms right now, which is linked out, and we have it also into my growing YouTube channel. It's amazing. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit the like button to help me beat the algorithm for my inspiration to be seen at more places. And let's remove this welcome, because I'm already with you. Thank you, Bridgetta, for telling me that. I always appreciate the teamwork with people. So I was saying that let's do something. Let's do something from day 1, because today, even if it's the recap of day 3, which is implementation, and this implementation for me, the way I received it, it's the continuous improvement, the continuity of what you learn into those kind of pep talk, boot camp, workshop, motivational, whatever you want to call it. I couldn't care less of your semantic. For me, it was the Time to Rise 2024, 2025, onward 2025, something that I needed. I needed this swipe in the ass, this kick in the ass to move onward, to move forward, to see clearer. And you're going to see a little bit what I'm going to share about what I've learned. But let's go back to day 1 with the archetypes of, and I'm going to do what I did live on Zoom with the other VIP members. And I'd like to share that, because I really like to do that ritual for me to remember to have a conversation with those 4 archetypes. Of course, this is not a creation of Anthony Robbins. It's from a whole book, a whole mention. Those 4 archetypes, it's the warrior, the magician, the lover, and the king and queen, or your sovereign. So the exercise goes like this, and if you'd like to do it with me, please be free to discover it. So you start with your wires, because the wire is this archetype that is actually roaring to free, to beat, to be competitive, to be like, it's really the part of yourself that is angry and hungry for more. Because if you're not hungry, you cannot go into a transformation, right? So in my case, when he asked us, he said like, group, let's go. Find where is your wire into your body. Choose a color that represent your wire and make a sound of your wire. So get ready to be surprised, and let's myself be humble before you, especially on the LinkedIn professional, my ass, apparently, whatever things. It's Saturday night. I'm wearing my Squadra Azura Blanco because I'm at home or I'm at whatever. Anyways, so the wire is where, for me, it's in my plexus. So maybe I'm at the maximum. So I found my wire here into my plexus. So you put your hand wherever it is for you, wherever is your wire into your body, from head to toe. You put your hand, you find a spot, you breathe in, you breathe out, and then you start to have a conversation with your wire. What color is your wire? In my case, it's dark orange. It's kind of a sunset dark orange on the Pacific Sea. And what is the sound of my wire? Frank is catching us. Frank Scusimari, my great brother from Mont Jose. You will probably remember when we did the Red Tantra, the sound of my wire. So get ready to be surprised. I'm laughing because it's funny. So dark orange. I'm cutting out my wire, who is located in my plexus. Yes, before unleashing your phoenix within, you have to unleash your warrior. And my warrior is this great wolf, this great Dakota wolf that is with me for so many times. It's the hungry wolf, not angry, hungry wolf. But sometimes he's so hungry that he's angry and grumpy. And that's going to be part of some behavior that I would like to change my story with my identity. So my warrior now is telling me to stop being grumpy, to stop being hungry of low vibration, negative people, to be surrounded by naysayers. No, he told me, like, I'm going to help you as your wolf warrior in a dark orange sunset to go through the night. And then he asked the magician, where is your magician? My magician is in the throat chakra. And his color is blue, a very beautiful blue. A blue sky, blue Caribbean Sea, almost like turquoise. And my magician, actually, he's not doing magic. He's helping me doing miracle. Going beyond, above and beyond anything. And the sound of my magician is So as my magician is taking the hungry of my warrior, my wolf warrior, from the dark orange of the sunset to the blue sky of the morning, the magicians will ask my lover to start unleashing the dream into miracles, into action. Where is my lover? You're going to find it funny. It's in my pectoris, both of them. Not one, not inferior, superior. It's right here, surrendering the art. A lot of people think the art is more on left, yes, because the big muscle, but the heart is really like the sacred art is right there where the puma is, actually. The puma, who is another one of my totem, according to my Mayan friend. But my lover now is of the color purple, like you just see in the light right now behind me. That's amazing. I love those moments of synchronicity. So my lover is purple, and my lover is receiving both the hungry desire to change from my warrior, and he's also receiving the need to perform miracles with my dreams into reality. And the sound of my lover is and now my lovers will address the mighty, powerful spirit beyond me, above and beyond me, the king and queen, the feminine and the masculine divine, and togetherness that is located in my pineal gland. And if you don't believe that exists, I couldn't care less of your belief, because it's my identity, it's my belief that's going to change my story. And the archetype, the 4 archetypes, talking to each other, helping me discovering new perspective. So the sovereign, queen and king, masculine and feminine divine, located in my pineal gland, or the third eyes, is the color burgundy, like a good burgundy wine. And this wine in my vein help the left and right brain to work in togetherness for a full-on unleashing power. And by receiving the hungry warrior, the miracle magicians, the dreams to action from the lover, he's going to help bringing the download that I need to achieve it and to go further and further. And the sound of my sovereign is I love that exercise that I've learned with someone else, but the way Tony Robbins in those last 3 days, you bring it into more practical aspect, making us drawing the conversation that the 4 have. That was amazing. So I wanted to share it with you spontaneously, to remember all, to continuously do a kind of a ritual for myself, to have those 4 archetypes of manliness talking together. And if you're a woman watching this, forget about this title of archetype of male maturity, of manliness, because there's no kind of sexuality or gender attached to it. We all have feminine and masculine divine, so let's make it work for you. You too have a warrior, a magician, a lover, and your sovereign. So now that it's being said, as I said, I took a lot of notes. I don't want to take too much of your time in this beautiful Saturday, February the 1st. I hope for those who are going to watch after, because all my live stream stays there. I even created like a playlist for that journey to start my year. Well, of course, it's the Gregorian calendar, because my year is already started in August in my case, because I've got my personal calendar. I got my Mayan long count calendar. I get so many calendars. If you know me, I'm crazy. But I might want to share the takeaway of today's, as you could see in the description below. So if you go to the description, you could contact me. If you want to reach out to me, you could also scan this and be in touch with me. I'm open. I'm open for business. I'm open for networking with meaningful people, with people who will need help and also could help me into the journey of co-creation, of going above and beyond. What do we want for sure? And today I will say, before showing you like a thing that we received kind of in private, what I was thinking by receiving the information from Tony was I truly want to signal better what I have to offer, how I want to show up in the world, how I want to give. That goes beyond the professional services that I could give you. And how can I help you? And how you could help me scale my business if that business have to continue. For 30 years, I've been an entrepreneur. I'd had 17 business with no bankruptcy. Of course, we stopped sometimes before going there when it was not working for a market, when it was not working for the quality or the intention of the angel investor. I stopped it. But now I'm wondering, is Agile Lounge still of the actuality? Do we have an audience for business agility consulting? Please tell me in the comment below if I'm wrong. Is it SCRUM right now after 25 years a thing of the past in software engineering? Even though if I do this AI and automation with SCRUM, with developers, with extreme programming, with extreme Agile, for those who really want to push, and also pull the best in their teams. So I don't know, but I need to signal more apparently, because it's been 2 to 3 years that I'm stuck into a kind of a circle of very low type of mandate and mission, because I just do things to put my company afloat, but that's not what I want. I want to scale it, and I want to do something more meaningful for the entrepreneur out there, for the businesses, and for the people who experience work. I was first an experience and services designer for worldwide call centers. I always put the customer at the center of everything. And this is where I want to return, because right now I'm in a kind of a winter of my life, professional life. I want to go back to that spring, to a new cycle of things, because I've been doing this Agile stuff for maybe too long. And especially now the market doesn't want it anymore. It's rejecting it. Even some of the co-signer of the Agile Manifesto for software development are turning their back against this, and they join something like the Project Management Institute. It's kind of crazy. So these are things I cannot control, but what I could control for myself, with my warrior who is hungry for more, who is hungry for something more meaningful, less toxic than those kind of movement. Because for those who follow me for a couple of times, those who know me, I want to stop being that grumpy guy who always criticizes these old things. This is old, so I need my new me. So this is what I'm discovering right now. This is why you don't see the logo of Agile Lounge or what have you. What you see is it's a prototype that Elizabeth Marinari, that I salute and I thank you. I'm so thankful for you, Elizabeth. You do such a great work. I know you for 15 years now since Yelp in San Francisco. You helped me have a beautiful vision. So did Steve Reyes before. I missed them so much, because both of you are amazing artistic director and designer and UI. That's amazing. So this is the beginning of this orange hawk, because it's a hawk, but could be seen as a phoenix too. That's my new venture, because in the last 30 years, 17 venture, 17 enterprise, and now it's time for me to get to another spring and to business-wise. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is why I needed like the coaching and the guidance, because Tony doesn't do anything for you. No shit. But he show you the door, and it's you to open the door and to start doing it. And a day 3, like a boot camp like we just had since Thursday, it's really like completing the gap and implementation, because after it's finished, you have to do your homework. You have to do what you love to do. You have to put in place. So that's why with all those notes, I'm going to create a new vision board with especially a map which is massive action plan to make it happen, to deliver what's right for myself, so I live it, so I'll be able to deliver it to you, my future client. Because without customer, there is no businesses. That's not the chicken and the eggs. The first objective of a business, whatever you are, a startup right now, is to create your customer, to treat them well, provide them a nice experience, help them, give. Yes, give over get. Because if you have a mindset of having a motivation, a mojo in life of only getting things instead of giving even part of who you truly are, you want to achieve great things. So, and as I mentioned, since probably the last 3-4 years, my closing kind of jiggle, it's exactly about one of the takeaway of today is our purpose is to grow. When we grow, we give. And when we give, we receive a lot more. And it's make our life more meaningful. And is it life and experience, as I always thought? Tony make me reflect now about that probably it's every moment within that life that we should experience, not life as a whole, because it's never finished, So, and anyone could be anyone and do anything. It's exactly what I keep telling when I close my Dare Real Agile podcast, my Friday Live Agile podcast, and even in French, un café avec Frédéric. So I'm already kind of there. I like one of the exercises that we do. So I'm going to have to do this mapping for me to reflect and start going there. And just to make you probably a visual takeaway of today's, I did a screenshot. I hope, Tony, is okay with that. But all the credit goes to them, the TR company. So let me show you. Is it good like this? Let me change. Yeah, it's better. So the path, the 7 step, that was like the closing, because that path, that journey that you could apply for yourself, it's really something that you need to master. You need to imprint yourself. You have to immerse yourself into that. When you answer the question, where I am, and you have to be really frank, and where I want to be and who I want to be. And then you have to create those things. So probably the 4 first step, what do you really want? Active and awake your hunger. And now you could use the archetype of the warrior for that. What do you want and why do you want it? That's, for some, could be difficult, but in my case, as I did have many other enterprises, it's going to be more easier. I just want to find out now, and the now, what is my new vision to, as I said, because I want to signal more, to be more focused, to be more aligned, instead of being that jack of all trades that's responding to the market and not receiving and not giving exactly my full potential. So my hunger, it's about this, create my new vision and my new purpose. It's all about your why. And then on the second step, you will have to face the truth. The truth will set you free, they say. But clearly, you have to be clear and honest with yourself. Not be into mythomaniac or perception or what people tell you are. What is your identity? Day 2, we saw it in day 2. You find your identity. You live it. That will help you change your story. And this step 2, and the path to success, the path to transformation of your life, whatever it is, relationship, financial, project, product, solution, could apply to any kind of steps of the way. But you have to be clear and honest with yourself. Because closing the gap without being honest, if you are not, if your skills you need to acquire to be better in what you do, if it's habit you have to change to actually modify your body and everything. So there's a lot of things. So of course, I'm just giving you a quick takeaway, but I think it's important to give you a visual like this. The step 3. So when you face the truth and that you have a clear and honest response to what is the gap I need to close, the step 3 is make a massive action plan, the map. Okay? That highlight the top 20% of things that you're going to have to resolve as a problem or to create as a solution. And then when you achieve this massive action plan and that you do every moment, it's really empirical. This is what I like. It's empirical, like we do in Scrum, the real Scrum, not the bullshit that you have at whatever company, especially in Montreal, that they don't get it. I'm talking about real empirism of a massive action plan and a move that will get you into the 4th step of your way. Do what's hard. Slay your dragons. The dragons is all the impediment. What is that you need to change to be changed? Do you have to change your relationship? Do you have to change your network, your friends? As I said, I want to surrender myself not by naysayer or lazy monkey. I want to surrender myself with people who will be able to rise me up. That's my goal. That's one of the dragon I have to slay right now. It's going to be hard because I did a lot of grief. I experienced in the last 6-7 years a lot of grief. And when I say grief here, I'm not just talking about my mother who passed away. I'm just talking about my mentor and business agility who've been killed in Chicago. My uncle, who was my first mentor, who also died. These are the grief, yes, that I let go, that I finally understand that they will be proud of me if I keep going instead of mourning them. But there's also the grief of non-deceased people, those people that you have to let go because they are a dragon in your life that you have to slay, figuratively speaking, if you see me going, or get the skills that are necessary for my massive action plan on step 3. So those 4 steps are probably the hardest to do, even someone who is and these kind of personal growth or business development combined together. So now when you reach the 5 steps, it's develop a daily practice. Not like day 2 showed us that routines could be seen as something negative, but you know what? If you change the word routines for a positive repetition of consistency, of things that will help you, because when you train yourself, when you do reps or you do crawl, if you don't do what your coach is proposing you won't have the result. So it needs practices. You need to do it. You need to do it consistently if you want to change your body. Back then, when I wanted to have like those very nice, big and strong pectoral and biceps, I need to go every day, do my crawl and do my dumbbell and do my bench press and everything. And you have to also look at the intake of your food and everything. So you have to develop daily practice, but more than physical, because I give you some physical example, because as you could see, I'm still strong for 50 years old boys with a big belly right now. That's another thing that I'm going to have to slay as a dragon. But there's also the spiritual and the mind. Your mind and your spirit have to have daily practice. Maybe it's simple as put Netflix away and read more books. Maybe it's, even if you don't feel like doing your run, you are going to go to do your run. Maybe it's meditation. Maybe it's anything also in your massive action plan that you have to do on a daily basis to get through it for a long-term success. So that's step 5. It's the kind of a tipping point that you might enjoy and receive. And then you go on the road to the summit of the mountain in the Catalina Island. It's raise your standard and measure more often. Yes, key performance index. How is your objective key results are measured? Because if you don't measure it, you won't see the progress. You won't see the iterative incremental achievement that you do. So when you measure it, because you can't manage what you don't measure. It's impossible. Whether it's in business, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's in your life, whether it's in your training, if you'd like to be the best cyclist and do the Tour de France with the yellow, not the yellow vest. Anyway, you got what I'm saying? If you want to be the best tennis woman or tennisman out there, you have to measure your capability. And even like in the lost weight thing, if you don't weight yourself at least every week or at least every 2-3 days, how do you see results? Could you have the motivation or the trigger to raise your standard and to become your true self in a spiritual and more meaningful ways? And then the last steps of that journey, when you reach to the summit of that road, of that mountain, it's you discover that life is a gift. So you have to celebrate it. I often celebrate like the fact that I was going out with my bicycle, not to become the best cyclist, but just to, I love bicycle. Bicycle is a natural antidepressor for me. I like to speed up a little bit. That's why I like to go very early in the morning or very late when there's no much people on the road or no much people on the cycleway. So, and I said to myself, I'm going to go, like for those who know Montreal, you might know it. So let's say that I'm starting in downtown Montreal, at Griffintown. And I said to myself, I'm going to go to Lachine, in this René Lévesque Park. And finally, when I reach René Lévesque Park, I said to myself, like, hey, why not go to Beaconsfield? And you're going to the West Island of Montreal and you continue. And then finally, I end up in Sainte-Anne-de-Bellevue at the peak edge. So instead of 20K from Griffintown to Lachine, I end up that I did 60K. To go, I have to come back. I have to come back home, take a shower, and be ready for work tomorrow. So it's going to be like, yes, so I quadruple the amount of time. So I did celebrate those little small moments because you have to appreciate. And more you celebrate and you appreciate your winnings, you could give back because you will have enough. You will be enough. So this is what I call the next level of success. Because if you're successful, you'll be able to give away. And this is all your life. It's becoming meaningful. And I will be careful here because a lot of people say like, yeah, but Fredo, you have to learn how to receive. You're too much a giver. Yes, I understand that. But this is exactly what I've learned. But I have to be careful because it's not like you switch completely from a giver to a taker. There's also the offering and the receiving. So I will always be a giver. I just have to accept what I receive. And sometimes you receive back from your giving and not from the same person. That's something that I've learned, that some people in your life are mostly giving you, some other always asking you, and some others offering you, and some others are receiving from you. But the give and take, it's more global. It's more holistic, I will say. So that's about it. And I would like to end this day 3 recap that was mostly about these 7 steps and how to create your massive action plan and make it happen. And as I think the title says, I don't know if I could see it here. Anyways, so as because my feedback computer is deciding to update, so I cannot see. So anyways, I hope you liked it. If you liked it, please give me a like. Share this video to inspire other people. Tell me in the comment below after the day of the live, because it's going to stay there. What is your why? What is your purpose? How do you actually go where you want to go, where you want to be, and who you want it to be? That's really important. And I'd like to close it with a little test that I did with Elizabeth. Again, we use, I think it's an AI called Decrypt, from, I think it's from OpenAI. So we just ask with prompt to the AI, how could I go to a next level after 7-8 years of the Agile Lounge? If I implement some new partnership, gain new allies, and if I have a new mentor. So I won't name anyone for now because it's a prototype. It's not finished. I will probably want to pay to change the image. But I'd like to share it with you in closing. It's not necessarily a commercial, but it's just I want to have your input, your comment, and feedback about this. So let's go and let's see if it's work here. Where it is. So many things open on my computer. You won't believe it. How multitask I am. So let's do this.
Rapidly evolving business landscape.
Do you hear it? See, that's my signal.
Companies can cultivate environments where ideas flourish, leading to enhanced performance and employee engagement. Pioneers like Daniel Mezek have highlighted the significance of invitation-based frameworks, such as open space agility, in facilitating rapid and lasting agile transformation. Business challenges. At the Agile Lounge, under the guidance of Alexandra Frederick, we are dedicated to helping enterprises harness these methodologies. By integrating open space technology with business agility principles, organizations can drive innovation, enhance adaptability, and position themselves as leaders in their industries. Join us in embracing this transformative approach to not only stay competitive, but to become the disruptors in your market.
Whoops. What do you say about that? That's something that I did during those 3 days. I start writing the text that you just heard from the AI. It's my text. It's not like the prompt was create some image and put it into some kind of order and help me signal more what will be the next level of Agile Lounge if I still continue this one or if I decide to completely create something new into my massive action plan to gain revenue, to have my multiple source of revenue that I used to be, because my struggle, why did I did this 3 days with Tony Robbins for only $50 US instead of going to the big thing like 12 hours a day virtually? Because for me, virtually 3 days of 4 hours a day was enough, plus all the homework and everything. And I needed it now, not in March, not in May, now. It's my second quarter in terms of business, even though if it's the first quarter of the year 2025. So I needed it now to kind of have my ass wiped by Tony Robbins and start to do the hard things. So right now I'm transiting to so many things. So I needed also to have someone to guide me and put me into a focus factor, you know? So that's why I did it, because I'm not exactly at the place I want to be in terms of business, in terms of finance. To tell you the truth, all the way up to 2021, even 2022, so 3 years ago, I'd still have my 5 revenue stream. Now I got only 1.5 revenue stream, and it's not enough. It's not just about getting things. It's also about being at services of others. And there's less people who seems to need help, or they don't have money to receive the help. You see what I mean? So that's the kind of thing that we are. We are, because it's not just me. You have to be frank. The collective, it's mostly as a winter right now. And we all need to go and to create a spring. We know it's coming, because if you know the pattern and cycle, as we learn with Tony, as we learn somewhere else, it's always a question of pattern. It's always a cycle. We are cut in this kind of life experience into these kind of pattern that goes in circle. So you always know, like after the winter, if you go through, it's going to be the spring. After the spring, it's going to be summer. After summer, it's going to be fall, and so on and so on. So, but if you took it as an emulation to yourself, what's going on into your business pattern, what's going on into your life pattern, your relationship pattern, where are you right now? And for me, even if I appreciate winter to make us reflect, we have to get out of it. We have to embrace that the spring is coming, and hopefully I hope it's coming, because for me, I seem stuck into winter since at least 2022. Okay? And my fault was probably because I did better number during COVID, 2019, 2020, even with the grief of my mother, with a kind of a type of depression that grief became. Yes, I will be humble as much because we have to share our burden. We have to identify them and to say, like, now I free myself, I move on, I move forward, I'm doing it, I'm doing something else, I'm unleashing myself. I treat myself. By the way, I don't take any medication when I'm in depression. I do more sports. I try to watch what I'm eating. I try to watch my habit, and I try to do things that I love and that make me happy, like going into one of my favorite cafe and have a hot chocolate with marshmallow in it. It's stupid, but that's it. Going to the movie often because I like to go to the movie instead of being on the couch here and stuffing myself. So no, don't do this. Don't do this. And I will take some kind of Peruvian herbs like maca and stuff like this. That helped me better. That's helping me better. And I will be vocal to some people, not a therapist, but I'll be vocal to some people because you need to cry. You need to scream that you're not happy, you're not feeling well. You need to do that. I do shadow hunting also. And I do what I just did this weekend. And I already feel better because even my body is asking for what is want. The 4 archetypes are working together now, and they want me to want and to be hungry and to have a purpose and to have a meaning in life and everything. So I think it's enough, 55 minutes. Thank you for your time. If I could be at your services, please go there. If you are into business transformation or any need of training your team or your workers to be more engaged, go there. Or you could go here to have a broader brand of digital transformation services or experience design that I'm offering. So that's the thing that I'm going to have to refine, by the way, to sell and to market and to communicate a clear what I am here to help you. Yes, because my mission is simple right now, is how can I help you? And the field that I have high competency and experience, and I live it myself, so I could do it for you. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for your time and my sharing. And as always, remember also who you really are. You are wonderful. You are powerful. And you have the choice to be free. And to be free is free of what? What is your power? The power of being whoever you want it to be and to do whatever you want it to do in respect of one another. On that happy weekend, happy February, and see you soon at the spring of our lives.